This poem is called On the Morning of Blank's Execution. It takes place at Louisiana State Penitentiary, Angola, and there's a short quote in the poem by Burl Cain, who was the warden of that prison until very recently. On the morning of Blank's execution. Could there be 1 minute more of singing anywhere over the whole dry earth this morning? Angola is a giant mousetrap, inescapable, the warden says, with 4 clamps in the 4 directions. Something always gets 'em: heat stroke, gator, snake bite, a bullet. The best thing I know to ask for is 1 minute, and what would that do? When Jay held me in his dark room with the door closed 1 minute more, what did it accomplish? Who was less wounded because our bodies met? Still, all the protests beg that stay. Only stay. There was a night in another country when a woman called to the man who could not be her husband and brought him to her bed. She was already beginning to show. She would drown herself in the well come dawn. But that night, her lips like a small bowl, her manner polite till the last, that night she brushed her swollen fingers from the high bone of his foot up the legs. She wrote a log of the body through the vessel of the body. I'm inventing what happened in her bed out of a protester's need for rupture, that to add 1 minute might change the larger course of time, might lead that man, even now being strapped in those crossed leather straps to the chair, even now being readied to clasp his body to its planes in the final heaves, in some 5th direction, out of the jungle, off the prison grounds named for another country. This trap might be our mistake, someone's belief in the narrow options of a compass, in heat stroke. And what beyond the last degree? Another minute. A story is not the way to end a story that tries to unstrap a man from a chair. A story leaves him listening, bound. But all I can offer is what I imagine of that low bed where the woman had mashed honeysuckle into the sheets, where she led her love by his solid hand, he who would never tell. Or, if you'd rather, I'll end with the story I myself lay down to, with my own lover, night after night, not because I believed in its narrative, but because everyone outside wanted to kill something. And if I stayed in here, if I stayed with you, Jay, perhaps I would not.